Welcome everybody to Itzli's Attic. It's your boy Itzli here representing, and today we're going to talk about Klingons. Okay, so I want to start off by saying that I'm a big fan of Star Trek. I consider myself a Trekkie. Ever since I was a preteen, I was watching TNG, The Next Generation. I started watching some of the original series, and from then on, I started watching Deep Space Nine, which is probably my favorite of them all. So I'm a big time Trekkie. My favorite part of Star Trek, of course, is the Klingons, right? Now, I love Klingons. I love their culture, their warriors. You know, they're just dope, right? They're like the bikers of space. I think, you know, they're awesome. They premiered in the original series, and then it just kind of evolved from there. They started the new sort of appearance with the ridges started in Star Trek: The Motion Picture, and it just kind of started expanding from there, right? They have their own language, and it's an official. Well, I don't know if it's an official language, but you know, it's its own language that Mark Okran created, and they're just badasses. Like they're just badasses. Like a lot of people think they're barbaric, savage and whatnot, but they're actually very ethical, and they're very cultural, and they also have this strict code of honor, right? This real strict code of honor. So they're real cool. I like them. I love how Deep Space Nine expanded on their culture. I watched the first season of Discovery, and I started watching a little bit of the second season. I don't know what they were thinking, because like those are not Klingons. Like those are, and I'm talking about Discovery Klingons. What the They look like gothic vampires. Like what, I don't know who put who in charge of designing these Klingons, but nah, man. Like no, no. Like I think there's a certain sort of like respect and tradition to keep on designing these. When I saw them in the reboot of the Star Trek movies, Into the Darkness. You know, I wasn't expecting them to be there. I didn't see the trailers. I didn't see anything. I just kind of went to the movies. I just watched it. Then they mentioned Kronos, and I was like, "What, Klingons?" And then they brought him out, and there's that one dude that had like no hair or beard. He was just all shaven. But he looked bad. He looked cool. Like he was cool with the little like ridges, rings, and like his ears were all pierced. Like he just looked cool. Like and I thought that was a little extreme. But then you think about the Undiscovered Country. General Chang too was like bald, and he had like a little tail or whatever, and a little mustache. So, and then you saw that dude's like peoples, right? The ones with the helmets, and you could tell that they had like long hair and the beards and everything. So they still kept it to the traditional look. Discovery, like I don't know what happened there. I was just like, what? They're different colors. Like, come on, man. Like this is what Klingons look like, man. They don't. The armor and everything. They can't even move. They're just kind of like. It's like nah. Like Klingons are very animated. They speak with their bodies. You know, they speak with their voices. They're just very loud. You know, proud. They're proud people, right? They don't. You know, they can. You know, come on, man. Even Michael Dorff was just like, you know, you can barely see the actor and under all that makeup and prosthetics and stuff that they're wearing. It's like, nah, I just couldn't. I watched the first season. I watched it, and I was just like, I mean, they were saying Klingons, and they were saying, you know, they were speaking Klingon, but it wasn't Klingon. Even the way they talked, it was just very like they were reading, you know, like sure, you know, they were very robotic about everything. It didn't do it for me. It didn't do it. I watched it, but I didn't see them as real Klingons. I'm sorry, no. On season 2, they started bringing back the hair. I guess enough Trekkies complained about the look, so they brought back the hair right on some of the instances. But even the writers, like, it's very lazy writing, I think, because they stated that Because all the Klingons have their hair growing again. It's probably because they're not in war, right? So they're stating that, and I didn't say it direct, like I didn't quote it like word by word, but they were basically stating that because they're not in war, they're growing their hairs out and their mustaches, and that's simply not true. That is not true. That I have this book. It's called Star Trek: The Klingon Way. So in here, there's a lot of proverbs and kind of like lets you know like a little bit about like the customs and stuff, right? The traditions. And I wanted to read one little part just to just kind of call out Star Trek Discovery for saying that, right? For stating that because Klingons are not at war, they're starting to grow their hair out. That's bullshit. Because a beard, and it says right here, a beard is a symbol of courage. All right, because Worf. A beard is a symbol of courage, and this is why. Fighting in close proximity to one another, a beard may be thought of by some as a disadvantage, since one of the combatants may grab onto the beard of the other and draw him closer. To wear a beard, and long hair for that matter, shows that one is both brave and confident, willing to give the opponent the upper hand and secure that one's own skills are superior. See what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna work on a show like Star Trek, where like there's people that are like fans or like fanatics of the show, of the characters, of the races, of the cultures. Like, do your research, all right? Do your research and do it justice. The one thing I do like about Discovery is the mirror universe. They introduced the mirror universe. I think that's pretty cool. But other than that, I don't know. I started watching season 2, and I just think people need to give Spock a rest. He's a great character, but like don't overdo it with Spock, man. Like Picard was great. Picard was awesome. I don't like Romulans because they're patogs, but these Romulans were cool. Like they were pretty awesome. They were very sexy. So watch Picard. Picard is totally, and bringing back Data. Well, that was just great. I hope they continue that. I hope they have a season 2, and I hope they introduce, or they bring back Worf. That'd be so cool. That'd be so cool. Anyways, and I hope they don't change like the Klingon look. They go back to like the original look, right? But anyways, so let's get a close up. And let's look at these action figures here that I have for y'all. All right. So this here is Klang. Klang is played by Tom Tiny Lister, the late Tom Tiny Lister. Beautiful figure. This is by Art Asylum. If you look close, you can see that it is Tom Tiny. It's Debo, right? Has his likeness, cool ridges. His hair is just kind of flowing in the wind. The armor that they used to wear in this time era is mostly furs and leather, as you can see here. They do a very good job on like showing the details of the leather and the fur. This is targ fur. That's the pig that some of them hunt or keep as pets. So here's some of his armor, very good detail. Like this batholith is amazing. Look at that. Look how like shiny and sharp that is. Oh, it looks sharp at least. Ouch. Right. These are similar to the modern or the Klingon warrior armor or suits from like the TNG DS9 times. His boots are they keep to tradition as far as like having that horn out there, to like stab people when he kicks them. But very cool boots, very cool. Let me see if I can get that in focus a little bit. Very cool boots, these little. But this is Tom Tiny Lister, Klingon warrior. The other one I wanted to show you was this dude. Like, look at this guy, man. He is so cool. He can't even fit into the frame. He's just so massive. But look at this dude. This guy has a resemblance to General Martok, I think, mostly because of the scar. See that scar right there? Right here. So he lost his eye in battle, so he looks super cool. And they made this guy like buff. Like, look at this. Look at these muscles. Like, his armor can't contain the muscles. Like, the muscles made the armor, right? He's a massive dude. You know, they purposely made him like just this big, right? And he's got dreads. Look at that. That is cool, yo. Look at these dreads. And he's a pretty heavy figure too. This one only came with this one accessory, this huge bat'leth. And you can tell like by the look of the, let me take this off so you can see it closer. You can tell by the look of like the bat'leth that it's been used a lot in battle. See those little nudges right there, these little ridges where he's like knock people over and stuff. So this is a really cool looking bat'leth. I love the paint job on that. They just went all out on this figure. I think this is one of my favorite like action figures that I have, right? Really cool bat'leth. You look at this dude, like this is like what the armor looks like for the Klingons in Deep Space Nine and in Next Generation, and several of the movies. They just kind of like, it's just gray with black with silver. Usually instead of this, they have like Targ fur, kind of like what you saw with Klang, but it's black. It's black Targ fur because Targ fur because you know, they come in brown and they come in black. But really detailed figure. See all these cool ridges on this guy. So that's why I say he resembles Martok a lot, because these ridges are like, they're like Martok ridges, right? So I think they based this figure off of Martok. He's got a cool beard, you know, because he has courage, right? Not because he's out of war. It's because he has courage, because he's brave. But here he is looking ready like for battle. His belt buckle, the cool pants. So these are the pants I was talking about that resemble Clank's pants. Well, I guess they just resemble them by the lines and stuff, but you know, still cool. Look at that. It looks like leather. It's awesome. But here are his boots with that same horn that Klang has. So basically, this is one generation of Klingon warrior, and this is the second. And they kind of, you can see how they still kept like a lot of their look, right? So that's what I like about these action figures, these Klingons. So this is this Klingon warrior. See the details in his armor. It's like leather. You can look at these like knife knuckles. That's what I meant to say. It's like the traditional Klingon like chest piece. But really cool action figure. I really like both of these, right? Beautiful. Qapla. One thing I wanted to point out about this action figure, I don't know if you, yeah, there you go. I'm trying to focus. If you look in his fingernails or his fingers, like they're dirty. So you can see like the detail first off in the fingernails, like the little dents, and then you see like at the very edge, you can see like a line of dirt in each fingernail. Now whoever made this figure, whoever, you know, designed it, like knew what they were doing. And I'll tell you why. Because there's a proverb, or there's also like a Klingon belief. You know, if you have dirt in your fingernails, you're a strong warrior. You don't care about like comfort, stuff like that. It just shows that you're a worker, you know, you're a warrior. You're down to like get dirty, you know. So I think that's really cool that they put that little extra detail on there. See that? Alright, so it's time to unveil the new action figure. It's actually a very old action figure. It's from 1989. It's this limited edition Star Trek action figure. And this is Qapla. This is Qapla from Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. Alright? So I never even knew this action figure existed. So when I saw it, I was like, what? What is this? But just to so you can get familiarized with Qapla. He's a Klingon captain in search of battle. But look at this dude. He's like all muscles. Well, he's not wearing any sleeves. Like I said before, like usually the sleeves are Targs, like Targ fur, but he doesn't have anything because he has, you know, he's got muscles, right? So this guy looks super cool. He's got cool little like sharp ridges. He's got like mane looking hair like a lion. So this is the armor right here. See how they kind of kept it still like the same but a little different, you know. It's all good. But yeah, this package is damaged. It's a little damaged. I think that's why I was able to find it for so cheap. I found it in my kids got it for me for Christmas. But this is made by Galoob, and you can see the price right there is $19.97, which was pretty expensive, I think, for this year. But it's all good, you know. Here's some more of like I guess that line of action figures. So you have Spock, Kirk, Dr. McCoy, Cybok. Cybok is what was he, like Spock's brother or something? I don't know. Here's a description too of Claw. It says, ever since Captain James Kirk stole a Klingon bird of prey, and even before, Klingons have wanted to bring Kirk to their brand of justice. Claw is no exception. As a Klingon captain, he would like nothing more than to destroy Kirk through a feat of arms and return to clean and martial triumph. But in Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, even a Klingon searching for battle may unexpectedly find himself facing the greatest mysteries of the universe. If you haven't seen the movie, it's different. I didn't watch it for a long time because people were just telling me not to. Both sides are the same. They show Claw on both sides of the box. And it kind of shows it has a display, which is the background of the action figure. But I don't know. It took me many years to watch this movie, and I finally did, and I liked it. I thought it was cool. I didn't know what it was about. I had no idea that there was gonna be a Klingon in it. So when I found out that there was a Klingon, I was like, oh hell yeah. So you know, I liked it for that reason. The other reason I liked it was because there's this song by Tupac Shakur, and you know I love Tupac, and he made a movie called Above the Rim, and he was also in the soundtrack. So there's this song called Pain from Above the Rim, but it's not on the Above the Rim soundtrack. It's like on the second CD. So they made the original CD, and then they made a second CD that had a few more songs, and they sample like they sample a line from this movie, from Star Trek V. So when I heard it, I was like, what? That's from the Tupac song. So I love when two things that I love, like hip hop and Star Trek, kind of like cross. I think that's super cool. But let's open this bad boy up. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so it seems like the prop is just cardboard. I was hoping it was plastic, but it's just cardboard. Let's see. Let's open it up from behind here. So I can just twist this. There he is. Basically, with this thing, this piece of cardboard, you just kind of place it into this ridge, like these ridges right here, for his backdrop. But seems like there's like a little stain or something right here. I don't know what that is. But here he is. I don't think he's kind of attached to this bottom like platform. And then in it says, if you can see it, let me see. It says Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. I mean, I just like the way he looks, right? And it's the fact that, you know, he's even like created. I had no idea that they made an action figure off of this guy. So he looks super cool. He's got that mean Klingon face with the mane. Like I said, he's got a Klingon blaster. You're ready to blast you. No stunning going on here. It's going for the kill. And like he's got his muscles. He got a little dagger right here, right? And it's very traditional, like the Klingon armor. Super cool. Look at that beautiful hair. Here he looks like he has an emblem. That could be an emblem from his family. Here's where he puts here's the holster for the pistol. His boots. Very cool. So I think when I pose him, I don't know if I want this background. This has an Enterprise shuttle. Maybe if there was like a background of Kronos, or like if it's Bird of Prey or something, like I would totally use it. But yeah, so this is Qapla. Okay, y'all. So thank you for joining me in Itzli's attic. Before we go, I want you to join me on the little Klingon song. Bakda tumo, bakda. Wait. Bakda tumo sosha. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining me in Itzli's attic. Before we leave, I want you to help me out and join me in a little song. Bakda tumo zosha turo yaja keo yaja keo yaja keo Qapla.